Welcome to Women in Business Wednesdays. We have another very special guest, Sherrell Alicia from Makemeova Salon. Welcome, Sherrell.
Hi, thank you so
How
much for
are
having
you?
me.
Thank you for coming. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here for sure.
Good. All right, Sherrell. So, you're in the hair business. You're a hairstylist, and your salon is in Catonsville. Was that what the
Yep,
area is called? Okay,
yeah.
Catonsville. And how long have you been doing hair? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been in the beauty industry for about, I'll say over 15 years, honestly. I started out in freelance, doing photo shoots and fashion shows and that sort of thing. And then I somehow ended up in the salon as a colorist. And from just being a colorist, I realized I'm like, okay, I'm really good at doing hair. People like me. So it just kind of naturally grew from there. Now I
Okay.
specialize in hair replacement units and really focusing more on like the restoration of beauty and the idea of that.
Okay. So yeah, because I've seen some stuff on your Instagram page. It's like a miracle.
Yeah,
So and it's great that all these options are available for, and I'm not just men. I mean, not just women, but women and men, where they can, they could not have any hair and come out looking like their hair is very natural and like it grew on their own. So that's exciting,
yeah.
especially for those of us who have thinning hair.
It's something I'm really, really passionate about because I feel like you can only be your best self if you feel you are looking your best self. And I think that it's not really up to anybody else to decide how you should look, right? That decision
Yeah.
should up to you. Sometimes we go through different changes in life, right? And we lose our hair thins, or we have some medical circumstances like cancer and things like that. And I love to be that person to bring people back to center, help them redefine their look, and make them feel whole again because
Wow.
they deserve
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And then you're not just a hairstylist, right? What else do you do?
I don't want to bore you, but so I'm a life coach. I focus on mindfulness and trauma healing. I've been doing that for about 2 years now, and that just kind of grew on its own. I'm a first mate for a charter business called Luxnor Charter. So it's a female-owned, Black-owned boating business. We have a lot of fun out there on the water. I do a little bit of this and that.
And then don't you have a book?
Yes, I am an author also. I am writing my second book right now, so that's really exciting. The first book is available on Amazon. It's called Mindful Minutes.
Okay.
It's a 21-day devotional centered around the mindfulness lifestyle, filled with some personal development, some self-help, and some affirmations really get you going. And some activities for you to begin to introduce some things to your lifestyle to help you live a more mindful life.
And then you have hair product, like you like tell all of the stuff that you have.
Oh man, I'm like, oh yeah, I got hair product. Yeah. So I launched the organic hair care line in 2013, 12 or 13. Really because I had a daughter and the products that were available to her, they weren't for her. So I wanted to create a line that it wasn't harsh. And it really focused on the hair care, not just like the look of it. So
Mm.
I created this all natural hair care line with shampoos, conditioners, sealants, and oils for hair growth. And even if you have like psoriasis, dermatitis, there's something there for you. So I just wanted to create something that would be available for everyone, because
Okay.
we know what we need, right?
Yeah. So anything else that I didn't mention or you didn't mention?
Look, I'm like, no,
That's
I
on your
think I think
resume.
we I think we covered it all. Yeah.
Okay, so like you're like a one-stop shop for real. And the
Mhm.
thing I like about coming to your salon is like you're just like a real cool, down to earth. We do a lot of laughing. It's a lot
Mhm.
of fun. Your other clients are cool. So it's a night. It's not when I come. I don't. It's not stuffy. It just feels relaxed and like family. And
Yeah.
like friends. So I love the environment there. And someone referred me. One of my life insurance clients actually referred me to you and I never even saw what her hair looked like. I just was like, she was just like, she was just coming from the hairdresser or something like that. And I was like, well, who does your hair? And then she gave me information, and I went on and booked. And that was probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
all good things come together, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So and then the more serious side of what I definitely wanted to talk about today is, so when I messaged you to find out, because we've been talking about you being on this podcast for a minute, and you gave me some news that was rather shocking.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that real quick? Well, not real quick. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So in November of 2022, I got diagnosed with brain aneurysms.
Wow.
That was definitely a shock.
Yeah.
When you go to get like a scan, you are like not expecting anybody to call you. They always say if the doctor calls you, that's not good, right?
Right.
They called me the next morning, like, yeah, so this is what's going on with you. You need to go see this guy, and this guy. And then, yeah, like it's serious. So I was just like, oh man, had a little moment, right? Because you got to honor your feelings. Yeah. And then I just started going through the process of figuring out what to do next. It's been a journey.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's been a journey.
And the reason we're talking about this, because I know I saw a post that you did and it said aneurysm awareness, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you know that is so? And then my idea of a brain aneurysm is like people find out when they die.
Yes.
So so then when you told me you were getting surgery, that kind of confused me. So talk about that a little bit.
Okay. So most of the time when you find out about brain aneurysms, it's at the point of rupture. There are a lot of little things that happen that if you pay attention. Now, granted, maybe some people don't have these things happening. I'm not saying that everyone gets a headache or everyone feels dizzy or these things, but these are things that we've always had our whole lives. We've always had a headache. We take a Motrin, right? Mm-hmm. We always feel a little dizzy. We usually drink water, right? Yeah. We have these things that we do that we just like, okay, well, let me just do this. Let me take a nap.
Right. Let me get some sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Sleep cures almost anything, so we think, right? We all half of us working ourselves like crazy. But yeah, it was like I had all these things consistently happening, and one day I was like, I need to go and talk to my doctor. I'm forgetting the little things. I'm taking this kid to this appointment when it's supposed to be the other way around.
Oh wow.
Just like walking, I'm working out, I'm doing yoga. I do yoga all the time. Why am I dizzy? Why do I feel like I'm falling over? Why is my head hurting 3 days in a row? Like all those different things. So I went in, and originally they sent me to the cardiologist. And when he did all these tests, and nothing was
your head was hurting and you were dizzy, they sent you to a heart doctor?
They did, because they were thinking like maybe it's my blood pressure. Maybe something's not getting where it needs to go. That's where we started. And then the cardiologist, he sent me to get an MRI, and that's when they found it. So I met with my third neurosurgeon. I'm at Johns Hopkins now, right? Mm-hmm. And apparently this guy is like the truth, okay? Because every time I say his name, everybody's like,
well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You don't want anybody to be like,
get somebody else to do it, right? But yeah, so I went to him. He's really good. He talks to me through everything. I had one surgery already. So now I have 2 really big surgeries coming up where I'll be out of work from next month, which is February, to June.
Wow.
The procedures are called craniotomies.
Okay.
And the treatment that I'm getting is called a clipping. So I don't know how deep you want to dive into that.
I mean, obviously, I want to know more. I like asking questions. Yeah. So what is that? So what do they do?
Okay, so an aneurysm is it's like a ballooning of your blood vessel, right? So it creates this little look, I'm like, where's my hand? Like this little balloon on your on your vessel. So the issue that most people know about is when the balloon gets so big, just like any other balloon, you put too much air in it, it pops, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you have bleeding in the brain, the person's unconscious, and most times they die, right?
Okay.
If they get to the hospital in a fast enough time, then they're able to like drain the blood off and try to find wherever the blood's coming from, and decide the treatment. So there are different ways to treat. You can get coils, you can get stents, you can get a flow diverter, which is just like
Mm-hmm.
the direction of the blood, or you can get a clipping. So the clipping is where they go inside the brain to where the aneurysm is, and they literally just put a clip on it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they leave it.
Okay.
And apparently this is supposed to be like the cure, or the
Okay.
thing that you never have to worry about it again.
Okay.
What I will say is, when I found out about my aneurysms, I wasn't in absolute shock because I had done some research prior to my diagnosis. What a lot of you don't know is my mom passed away when I was 8 from the same exact thing that I'm dealing with now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how? Wow. So, and then you're young. Like, how old are you?
I'm 38. My mom was
Wow.
actually younger than me. She was 32 when she passed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I also have my aunt who she's had 2 aneurysms. Her first one ruptured. They got her to the hospital in time. And the second one, she was in the position I'm in now, where they caught it before it ruptured. So I'm pretty well educated on it. I will say it is hereditary, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's very common. A lot of people have them and don't know they have them, but it's very common in African Americans. It's very common in women. So
Wow.
if you know someone who has had a cerebral aneurysm and they have children, or they have siblings, or their mom or dad or whomever, you want to make sure that everybody gets scanned.
Absolutely. And the thing that I think about being in life insurance, right, is like, thank good, saying we met and you already had life insurance, right? So, and these are the kind of things that people say, oh, nothing's going to happen to me. I'm fine. I'm healthy. Like, you don't know what tomorrow brings. And these kind of things, especially at your age, make it almost impossible for you to be able to get coverage. So thank goodness you already had life insurance, because at this point, like, if you were trying to get life insurance now, this is unfortunately when people start thinking about it, then like you wouldn't qualify because of your age and because of what is going on with your health.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's also, what I'm saying, just awareness around a lot of different things that people don't think about, these type of things. I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm doing yoga, I'm active. Like, you're active too, what I'm saying, just overall.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're not thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have surgery. That if I don't get it, it's gonna, I need this surgery to be able to save my life.
Right, exactly.
So that's but again, I'm glad that you already had coverage.
Yeah. And look, if whoever's watching this, if they don't have life insurance, they need to call you.
Absolutely.
Right away. Like, do not wait.
Do not. I mean, and it's not like, it's so, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. And I tell clients that you're just one diagnosis away from not being able to qualify for coverage.
Exactly.
So now so tell me, because you're an entrepreneur, right? You work for yourself, like, you don't have sick time, you don't have vacation time. So what does this look for you? And this is just real talk. We're talking about women in business, right?
Mm-hmm,
So what does this look like for you, Sherrell? Like, now that you're going to be out of work for a few months?
Yeah. Like you said, you want to be as prepared as you think you should be. Like, I'm like, I felt like I was adulting the right way, right?
Yeah.
And then this happened, and I had to sit and write all the bills for the salon, all the bills for myself, how much I spend in inventory, or for services like accounting, bookkeeping, like all those different things. And you're looking at your money and you're like,
yeah.
I thought I was going to be out until April, but when I went for my last appointment, they told me, instead of having one clipping, I had to actually have 2. So I had one surgery in February and then another in April.
Oh, wow.
I'm grateful that I have, like you said, all these things working for me, because if I
Yeah.
didn't, then I don't know what I would do, honestly. Be pulling money from somewhere. I looked at my IRA. I was like, maybe I had to come check you out real quick.
Well, I mean,
You know?
but like, good thing that you have those kind of things in place. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because again, like, we don't know. And then as entrepreneurs, we have to be even more prepared for situations like that, because there's no job to say, hey, I need to take FMLA. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's no FMLA when you work for yourself. It's
Yeah.
just, but you have other streams of income. And it sounds like you've been doing some things to prepare for, I mean, that's, IRAs for retirement, but thank goodness it's there, because if you need it now, you can use it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, like you said, it's one of those things that you just want to make sure that you try to do as much as you possibly can to prepare yourself. And I think one of the misconceptions with entrepreneurship is, like, they look at you and they're like, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. You're so great. I'm definitely not a millionaire, right? So
Right.
it's like, I have all these responsibilities, all these great things going for me, but they cost money to run, right?
Right.
Like, for me to make money, I have to literally spend money. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's something, no shade to the 9-to-5ers, but that's something that I think they don't really understand. Like, when I go to work every day, I don't just walk home with money. I'm typically spending money while I'm in there.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's definitely a big deal. I have loving friends and family who have done some things to try to contribute to the success of my recovery, and keeping things normal for my children so they don't lack anything. And it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. And then I know we talked about, like, how are you able to stay, like, sane in this moment? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the key to having the outlook that you're having, is your mindset.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
I just posted this picture the other day where it was like, what people see is like this mountain, right? And it was like this perfect little mountain is like what people see, and then under it's like all this other stuff you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the things I've been teaching for the past couple of years, so like my coaching clients or anyone who's following me like on Patreon or whatever, it's like, you decide how you feel, right? In every second of every moment, even if you're sad at any moment, you can decide that you don't want to be sad anymore, right? You can decide that, you're going to give your best. Like, you may not always be your best. You may not always be your best, so we can always give the best. So 40%, how I look at it, is if I'm only at 40% today, right, and I know I can only give you 20, then I gave my all, because that's all I had to give, right?
Yeah.
I think that the years and years and years of me being consistent in my practice and loving myself and caring for myself and going through my traumas and doing shadow work and unboxing certain things that maybe I didn't even know were there, but I discovered them along the way, is really paying off for me right now.
In this moment. Yeah.
In this moment. Today is just today. I don't really worry about tomorrow. Now, I know my success is dependent on my participation, right? So let me clear that up. I gotta be accountable. I think people miss that. Like, all those social media posts, like, oh, manifest. You actually got to do something, right?
Right.
So I'm not blind to the fact I had to participate in my success, and lining things up intentionally for my future. But I'm not rushing into that.
Yeah.
Day is the most important day of my life, right?
Right.
So I make sure that today, whatever the day brings, that I really focus on giving my best today, and then let tomorrow worry about tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. Because I saw a post recently, and it said, and I'm paraphrasing, like, if you're worried about yesterday, that's depression, and if you're worried about the future, that's anxiety. But if you stay in the moment and today, then that's all, because that's all you have control over, is where we are right here, right now. You don't have control over what happened yesterday. You don't have control over what happens tomorrow. So focus on today, and that's what keeps you pretty much sane.
And the good of the day, right?
Yeah.
Because we can always say, oh, like I could wake up right now and be like, oh, I can't believe I had to go through this. They're gonna cut my head open, right? Or I could say, they not cutting my head open yet.
Yeah.
I can go hang out with my friends later, laugh a little bit more with them, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I talk, Kylie actually knows what I'm saying. That's like an underrated gift, right?
Yeah.
So many people talking and people don't even know what they're saying, or they have no sound that come out of their mouth, or they can't hear. So it's like, I think we missed so many of the little gifts in the day, focusing on tomorrow or stressing things of the past,
or what's going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like just being grateful for, like you said, the little things, like the fact that we can hear and we can talk and we can walk, and you know what I'm saying, those basic things, because everybody doesn't have those things.
So those are the things I focus on.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I hope the people watching and paying attention are taking notes, because these are the things that matter, especially in a time where you're going through something. You know what I'm saying? It's like your toughness is not built now. Your toughness was built over time and prepared you for a time such as this. You know, and then this is going to be preparing you for something even bigger, better, good in the future.
I just don't give me nothing else now. This is it for me. I'm
that's why I made it sure. I made it very specific. Bigger, better in the future. That's gonna be amazing, right? Yeah. So Sherrell, the one question I always ask the guests that I have on here, the women, what would be the one piece of advice that you would give to someone who might be thinking about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, this is a good one. I would probably say, do I have to give one? Can I give a few?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Because I have a lot of them. I would say the biggest thing is get to know you, right? Don't focus on, especially with the growth of social media. Like I literally follow just a few people. Like the rest of my feed is plants and travel. Like positive motivation, that sort of thing. Like focus on you, get to know you, because that's where you'll find your gifts, the gifts that God gave you, the purpose you're supposed to fulfill in this world, right? I won't know my purpose following Callie, right? I won't know my purpose following someone else. I found my purpose by getting into myself and getting to know myself so much I can share it with others. So I would say really focus on you. What are you good at? What do people naturally love about you, right? What is the thing that you bring into the room that is just like people get so excited about? And sometimes it's honestly just being there for some people, like just being there, not even saying anything, right?
Right.
If that's your thing, then focus on that. And then I would say, try to establish some routine in your life, okay? I'm a creative, okay? We can be a little all over the place, but it's in this moment, especially given what we're talking about today, right, that I learned the importance of structure. And I'm grateful that I've grown to be this woman where I love a good system, honey.
Yeah.
I love an email. So try to create some routine in your life so that stuff can transfer into your business. And then it's not a task. It's more so like a lifestyle, something you can keep going. And it'll keep you on track even when the whole world is going crazy. You still take care of your business.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay. You have more?
I think that's it, because those two things combined, I think you'll really find some passion and some joy in. And the passion and the love is what's going to keep you going on the tough days. So. Absolutely.
Say that again.
The passion and the love is what's going to keep you going on tough days, you know?
Because every day
is not a good day.
No, right? Not at all.
So you gotta love what you're doing.
Right, exactly. Because if you don't, it's gonna make it even tougher. So listen, if somebody wants to, and we're gonna drop because you have a GoFundMe.
Yes.
We're gonna make sure that we put the GoFundMe in the description on YouTube. But also if somebody wants to, you guess you're not gonna be doing hair in the next couple of for the
Mm-hmm.
next couple of months, but how did they get in touch with you? Because you never know when someone might watch this, right? So
Yeah.
what's your social media? What's your website? How do people get in touch with you? They might want to learn more about your products. They may want to learn more, get your book. Like, how did people find you on social media?
So what I'll say is Linktree is probably gonna be the best bet because I got 900 links.
Okay.
So it's a link dot no, what is it? linktr.ee and then slash makemeova, right? There you'll find my book on Amazon. You'll find some freebies for like some day planners. You'll find my guided meditations. We didn't talk about that. You'll
I
find
knew it
how to
was
book.
more.
Yeah,
I said I knew it was something else.
yeah, you'll find the book. You'll find, even though I'm not working, wigs are still online. I've been doing a lot of like batch orders and trying to like mass produce so I can still make money while I'm down. So
Good.
all those websites will be available on Instagram at makemeova is where you'll find me.
And it's makemeova.
Yep. Over. Over. Not
Not
over.
make me over, make me
Make
over.
me over.
And if
Yeah.
they want to follow you on Instagram, what's your Instagram?
That's my Instagram. Make me over.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was Sherrell Alicia.
Yeah, I haven't switched it over yet.
Okay.
I think that's gonna happen sometime in June. So
Okay.
look, if this comes up after June, if you're watching this after June, look for Sherrell Alicia. It'll likely be that.
Well, and we'll make sure we put all your link tree because we have to put all your separate links. We'll put your link for the GoFundMe, your link tree, your Instagram. We'll put all that in the description below. So, thank you so much, Sherrell. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much.
Love you.
Best is luck, and I'll be checking on you because you live basically across the street. So
Yeah.
there's no reason I can't come and check in and make sure you're good and make sure you don't need anything.
Thank you for having me, Kylie. I really appreciate it.
All right, girl.
Early congratulations to everybody that's watching and about to be women in business. Okay.
That's right. All right, girl. Love you.
Love you.